Hi, welcome back to the channel. And today I think I would like to talk about the moment. The moment is exactly what its name is. It's that we are, well, let me give you an example. I, as of this moment, am talking to my camera. And maybe you at this moment is watching this video, or maybe you have this video in the background, and in this moment you're reading a book or doing a chore or whatever that moment entails. And I don't know where I read it. Maybe it was in Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, or a YouTube video, or maybe an online post I had read. But whenever, or I think it's Kanye's speech at the Grammys, how he talked about that all of us have our moments. Yeah, I think it's from him. But every time I think of, you know, the moments I have, it's that the moments I have is all I have. I don't have grasp, or I don't own the future, nor do I have any ownership of the past. Even though I've experienced the past, it's no longer there. I only have this moment. And this moment, just like every other moments I've had, is fleeting, will be gone. And in its place is another moment. And so I think it ties in with being mindful, and how maybe today it's harder to be present, have your moments, and really be mindful of where we are. And sometimes when I get lost in the future, right? I'm being anxious, I'm being nervous. Oh man, I gotta do this and that. Or maybe, oh man, I gotta talk. I gotta meet some people, right, in the future. And thinking like that causes me great suffering, I think. Or if I'm dwelling on the past, how certain moments made me feel with regret causes me great anxiety. And that too is suffering. But right now, right, I'm not really suffering. I'm just am, because that's all that there is. It is to be here in this moment. And sometimes, back to what I was saying, sometimes I think I get lost within tangents of tangents. But sometimes when I get lost out of the moment, I guess, or whenever I'm thinking of the future or the past, an exercise I like to do is to just stop, right? Whatever I'm doing, I can take, regardless of its importance, right? I can take a few seconds and really look around my surrounding and see everything that I have. Most of the time, whenever I do that, it fills me with great gratitude, because I've realized that I have everything I need. I have my health, my family, my friends. Sorry about that. I have my family, my friends, and then I pat myself down, and I have my phone. I have everything, everything that I could ever ask for, and I didn't even ask for it. No one asked for this. No one asked for this life. I didn't ask for this life. My parents didn't ask for this life. But here we are. And it's very exciting to know that this life we have is all filled with moments, and it's ours. Like, this moment is mine. I can do whatever I want. And I used to think that was scary. I used to think that, I had to do the right thing. But then, well, what is the right thing? Right? I'm agnostic by nature. I grew up surrounded by, well, first it was from my family, where I would worship my ancestors, right? Where, in a sense, that it was more, well, I have a shrine of my grandpa in my house, and every now and then I would, I guess, talk to him or pray or whatever, that sense of lighting the incense. And so I grew up with ancestral worship, and then I grew up with people that believed in a God, and naturally I sort of kind of drifted towards becoming agnostic, and so in that sense I kind of knew that whatever direction my life was headed in, that I was the captain of my own ship. If there's a God, great. If there isn't, oh well. But I knew that every moment I had, there was me in it. And so, what Nietzsche said, I was my own Superman. That even though I had a life that I could kick and scream whenever I wanted to, whatever I believed to be passionate in, I would never get the answer to those questions. And so if nothing is right or nothing is wrong, right? I mean, there's morals, right? You know what I mean? Don't kill a baby. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that, right? But I'm just saying what I believe, that there is to be really no meaning in this life except finding meaning. Well, then I can just do that. Right? I didn't grow up wanting to be whatever I want to be right now. I had to find out. And I think that's the best part of life. I didn't grow up having already a destiny, but in the same sense, I grew up with a destiny, and it was finding that very thing. And that's what is exciting about the moment. Everything doesn't matter, but at the same time, everything does. And I don't think I was, I was a nihilistic kid. I think I was always existentialist, and then later on became absurdist. I could do whatever I want, be whoever I want, because this life of mine is mine. It was very fulfilling, and I felt very free. Sorry. I felt very free when I realized that. That anyone could have this mindset. And that was super cool to know. It was very nice to understand that, hey, that person is just like me. I'm no different. I'm just like anyone else, living this amazing life that really I was given. And so what? What you gotta do with something you're given? Make lemonade? No. Don't make lemonade. Make lemon pie. You can do anything you want. That's the point. And so that wraps it up for today's video. As you can tell, I didn't really have a structure in mind. I just wanted to talk. I think this is slowly becoming a diary, which I don't think I don't think I had in mind in the first place. The goal of this was to just get better at talking, being in front of the camera, and really be comfortable with myself, expressing my ideas and whatever else I had to say. But this has been reflective. It's been insightful into really who I am and getting to know myself. But that about wraps it up for tonight. I think it's 10 p.m. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what I will talk about tomorrow. Maybe it'll be on the current book I'm reading, or maybe some more fragrances. Hey, actually, I got some new fragrances today. So yeah, I'll show it tomorrow. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night, whenever you're seeing this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.